God, this is so important.
That's why we're here with him. For him.
This one's so important. On how not to take it personally. The next one is how you stand. Now, believe it or not, this affects more women than men because men like to bully women. Men like to see what they're going to get out, just like your friend there. All right? Can I borrow you for a second?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure.
What's your name?
Josh.
Josh.
Yep.
I need you to come over here, Josh. You're okay, Josh? It's all good. Not all Mexicans are bad. All right, got you to relax now.
Yep.
All right. So this is how to stand. Now this could interfere. How you stand can make a situation go from difficult to dangerous, just on how you stand. Didn't think about that, huh? I did because it's body language. Now, when we talk to somebody, we don't think it's a big deal that we're chest to chest, right? Not a big deal, right? We don't think anything of it. Matter of fact, I see a lot of people talk like this. To me, I know this is not good. Now, why not? If he starts to become very belligerent and starts being very agitated and start cussing me out, I mean, calling me every name in the book, even if it's racial, what am I going to do unconsciously?
Turn silent.
Now, I went from here to here. Through body language, what am I telling him?
You're ready.
Let's fight. Do I want to give that perception to somebody that I'm dealing with? Hell no. Even without saying one word, I can make a situation just with my body language go from difficult to dangerous. Just on that one step back. And then the next thing I'm going to do is this. I thought he was going to fight me. Right? Isn't that what you'd say,
Yep.
Josh?
Yep.
I thought he was going to fight me. Just with my body language. So here's what we do now, or I teach people. As soon as you walk up to somebody, you're already in the ready stance. You already look, feel, and sound confident. That supersedes anything you say, right? You remember, I don't even want to get in a difficult situation. And I can prevent that from occurring just on my body stance. So I already stopped already in a ready stance. Toes pointing the same direction, shoulder width apart. And for women, they want you to stand in a Wonder Woman stance, right? Make yourself look bigger. Don't do this, Josh. I'm talking about women.
I won't.
Okay. Maybe like this, right?
Yep.
Maybe like this, get ready,
Yep.
hands ready. But yeah, like that. So, shoulder width apart, toes pointing in the same direction, you're in a ready stance. Why are you in a ready stance? Over 90% of communication is body language. You don't want to go chest to chest, he becomes difficult, you take a step back, he thinks you're in a fighting stance, now you've entered the fight. Without saying one word. Without saying one word, you projected that you want to fight with him. That's not what you want to do. Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome.
I'll use your friend next time.
Jared used one of his friends and your dog.
Oh, did it? So,
Yeah.
do you want to give the perception, what do you do, Josh? You plow? You said you plow, right?
Yeah.
Do you have to get out of your plow every now and then and talk to people?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you step out of your car, you want them to look at you like, wow, he's confident. I ain't going to mess with him.
Go like this.
No, you want to give the perception that you got control of the situation because that gives them confidence that you're going to solve their problem, right?
Right.
Just through body language. Do you want to walk up to the house looking like a sandwich? Mustard here, ketchup here, mayonnaise here?
No.
How much respect are you going to get? Not much. Forget about what you're going to say. They already don't have respect for you. Situation's going to go up higher already. So it's very important to look, feel, and sound confident when you're engaged with somebody, especially in a ready stance. Does that make sense, you guys? It's extremely important. We had a guy in Traverse City, a safety guy, get knocked out twice just by how he stood. And then he got knocked out again when he tried to walk away. Just on how he stood. He says, Hector, I made this huge mistake. And then I go, don't talk about it, it's the next slide. He learned good verbal stuff, but no body language stuff. No body language stuff. All right, so I kind of just use this as a guideline because we have different jobs here. When you're making contact with your member, what's your name?
Andy.
Andy, are you trespassing when you go on someone's property? Why?
Not when you're a utility worker.
What, why?
You have a reason to go there.
You have a reason to go there?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I have a reason to go there.
Well, I have a purpose, it's my job.
Okay, why does that make it legal?
Because if I didn't, then you wouldn't get anything done.
You're within the scope of your job,
Yeah.
you're right.
If
As
you're
long
looking
as,
in the window, like, yeah, you're doing something wrong.
and then you're not within the scope of your
Yeah.
job, exactly.
Yeah.
As long,
Yeah.
so as long as you're within the scope of your job, you are not trespassing. You're exactly right. Exactly right. But Michigan has a Newcastle Doctrine law, right? But they don't, the citizen doesn't have a duty to retreat if they feel threatened. Do they know that law that you know? That's scary, isn't it? Most citizens don't know. Hell, what do they tell police? What the hell are you doing on my property? And we know that they have a duty to be there.
I used to read meters.
Okay,
So I usually, if I had to go in the backyard, I'd whistle, so they knew that somebody was back there.
So the
oh,
dog would
not
come
in
back
certain
in.
neighborhoods you wouldn't.
Well, I mean, you wanna make yourself known.
But you get it.
You wanna make yourself known that you're there, because if not, they think you are a peeping Tom or a creeper.
What's better is if you have a vest that says where you work
Yeah.
at. It's better if you're in uniform so they know where you work
Yeah.
at. So you're not dodging bullets thinking that you're a trespasser, that you're breaking in. Exactly right. In one case, a girl had just been assaulted and had a gun to a utility worker's face. It was an outage. You don't think she was hypersensitive? She just got assaulted the day before.
Person let a dog out after
Because you
me.
whistled.
No, I was actually, I was
You
walking
called the
up-
dog to
I was walking up to the house to hang a tag to shut their water off. And the minute I hung it, they opened the door and I said, "Hello, from the water department. I'm just handing this to you." And the minute I turned my back, he opened the door, but he had his dog, he was holding the dog and he let the dog go.
What is that called? What is that called?
Baiting me, I don't
No,
know.
that's called an assault, my friend.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they came and got the dog.
Yeah, that's called
I
an
mean,
assault. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used the dog as an extension of his hand. Right. So, be the first one to talk. Walk up at an energetic pace. Be the first one to talk. Give him a real smile. A real smile. You got a girlfriend?
No.
No girlfriend. Who's been married less than 5 years? There's nothing wrong with that. Sarah, you have really? All right, here we go, Sarah. Do you know the difference between a real smile and a fake smile? You do. Can you articulate it? You just know it, right? You just know it. Just like we were talking about during break. Sometimes you just know it. Oops, that's why I don't get too close. I spit sometimes when I talk. But look, Sarah, what I'm about to say is it's very important because I put words to emotions. So what I do is, right, I just know it. But wait a minute, how is it that you just know it? As a speaker, I have to articulate that. It's the eyes. Who said it? You did, Sloan? Who said eyes? You did? It's the eyes. Now, what is it about the eyes that make it look real? A real smile has their eyes squinting. A fake smile has their eyes wide open. Isn't that fake? But now you know. Now, why did I ask you if you were married less than 5 years?
I don't know.
Go back to your wedding picture, see if your husband was fake or not.
He never smiles. So.
Is he Russian?
No.
Oh, okay, Russians don't usually smile a lot. But the reason why I ask you that is because what does the photographer tell you guys when they're taking pictures? Smile, but
Those women.
what is it about your eyes they say? Open your eyes! Don't they say that all the time? Open your, no, leave them closed.
Ours just said, don't look so awkward.
What, is that subjective or what? That's pretty subjective, isn't it? In my family, everybody's awkward. I got a little bit of everything in my family. But that's subjective. But again, it's the eyes. It's the eyes. It's very important. Now, why do I mention this? I mention this because if you're fake to somebody who has a low verbal IQ and on survival mode, you're going to make them more upset if you're fake. And they know the difference. And they can articulate the difference. Why can they articulate the difference? Because they have a low verbal IQ. They rely on body language for survival. So they rely, that's how they pick the weak, the young, the injured, the vulnerable. Just through body language, don't they? So when I go to places and they want me to teach them about self-defense, They want me to do all this. I said, no, I'm not teaching you that. I'm going to teach you how to look, feel, and sound confident so you don't even become a victim. That's my job. Look, feel, and sound confident. Remove your sunglasses, hard-headed, you're talking to somebody. Very important to show them respect. If you can. Police is a little different because you want your strong hand, but for the most part, you want to show them respect. Can I borrow you for a minute? You got to come over here. Don't do what Josh does. He wants me to go to him. All right. If I violate someone's personal space, is that violating our culture? Are we violating our culture by entering his personal space? Of course I am, aren't I? If I violate his personal space without me knowing him, he's going to, whoa, back away. I don't know you. We do that when we shake someone's hand, don't we? Could I ruin my relationship with him based on how I shake my hand? Anybody?
Yes.
Good. So what happens is that we often shake someone's hand, right? We shake someone's hand, and then we walk away. I'm going to do it again, just so you know. Shake someone's hand. So how did it feel when I shook your hand?
Yeah, the death grip.
That death grip. How did that make you feel, though?
You were empowered, like making me feel like you were empowered.
Like I wanted to challenge you, right?
Yeah.
Did I throw that word in?
Yeah,
But aren't we often told to give a hard handshake?
yeah.
What did I just do to him? I made him feel like it was a challenge. Do I want my customer to feel that way? Hell no. I could literally ruin my relationship with him just with a handshake. I really could. Now, wait a minute, what's this have to do with dealing with difficult people? He may not have been difficult, now I just challenged him, just with a handshake. But we're often told all the time to do what? Give him a firm handshake. No. That's in business, because I want something from him, and I'm going to bully him to try to get something out of him. So I want to shake his hand hard. I want to shake his hand up high and mirror his pressure. We'll do it one more time, and you can tell what it's feeling. How did those two feel? Don't get soft on me.
I mean, it was a soft, it was a firm, soft handshake. It wasn't rough or aggressive.
But it mirrored yours. So if that was mine, that was yours.
Yeah.
So I mirrored his image. I mirrored his pressure. I want mutual respect, don't I? Did I get it with the last two? I got it. Just with a handshake.
You can also ruin it by limp wristing it.
Yeah, that's
Because that's insincere.
Right, but I'm mirroring his pressure.
No, but
So-
just like strong, you can also.
Yep.
use it.
My golden rule when I'm walking with somebody and I don't want anything from them is to mirror their pressure.
So if you came up to me to shake my hand,
Not that high. I know it's
and
kind of
I
high.
you were in the mirror and I went like this, and then I went like, are you gonna do all that too?
Well, see now, now some people could be offended by that, right? They could.
But how could you be offended if you're approaching me?
If I did that,
No,
If
if you came to me and I did that, are you gonna do that whole thing?
well, I mean, I know what the hell you're doing.
But I mean, yeah,
We could.
Yeah.
We could.
You're gonna mirror me.
But that's more like in somebody that you know, right?
But what if that was me though?
What do you
I
know?
mean, what if that was just how you approached me, and that's how I was gonna be?
I would stay in the side of air and just shake someone's hand until you know them, until you do all that.
You come up, you're the water meter reader, and I'm the guy. I open the door.
Oh, I
you come up
see
to
what
me
you
and
did.
go, hey, how you doing? I go, hey, not too bad, man.
Just keep doing
Are
what
you
you're
gonna?
doing. No,
Are you gonna?
yeah, I don't know what the hell you're doing. I don't know that handshake. Believe me, when I can't tell you the state I was in, they did more than that with me. I'm like, what? I don't know it. I'm sorry. They get it. They get it.
Yeah, I was just trying to break the ice here.
In certain cultures, they do this, right? They grab you.
Yeah.
Hey, the hell? Right? Russians, they do it. Your husband's Russian, right? I'm kidding. But they do that. Or just one cheek. So that's culture competence, right? That's having culture competence. Thanks, man. All right. He gets it. He gets it. So you're mirroring their pressure so you don't ruin the relationship. Stay inside of air. Stay inside of air. Just mirror them. Be yourself. Don't talk different. So if they start talking a certain type of language, are you going to mirror that? No. You're going to be yourself. You're going to be yourself. Very, very important,
I'm
all right?
surprised you're advising them to take off their hard hat, because that's kind of part of their,
To show respect. They're not in any kind of danger when they're talking to somebody. So you're showing respect, and you put it back on when you leave.
What was it Doug was saying on, there's someone on the phone this week was calling him dude?
yeah.
Oh,
Hey, dude. What?
don't mirror it, just keep going. That's their verbal IQ.
That's your dude.
Yeah, but you can't say that, you're like, oh, mother. That's just their verbal IQ. But if you mirrored it, then
So,
it's gonna sound fake. It's gonna sound fake. Oh, I'm talking to someone who's fake now. Yeah. Just be yourself, very important.